Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, the sounds and spirit of homecoming are here. We'll tell you how organizers hope to keep students safe. The Gamecocks earned their first win of the season last week. So what do they need to do to keep the streak hot against the Auburn Tigers? But first, find out what you can gain from getting another COVID test. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello and welcome to Carolina Insider. I'm Danielle Reeder. Active COVID-19 cases are remaining steady. Fewer than 50 students and faculty members have tested positive this week. Since the start of the pandemic, almost 159,000 people have tested positive in South Carolina. About 16,000 of them come from here in Richland County. University officials say they like students, faculty, and staff to get tested at least every 30 days, even if you aren't feeling symptoms, to help catch an asymptomatic case here on campus. During the month of October, USC students are being offered incentives for getting coronavirus screened. You can receive special t-shirts and get entered into drawings after completing saliva tests. After starting this initiative, USC has seen an increase in the number of students tested. About 3,500 tests have been conducted so far this month. In state news, a victory for Planned Parenthood. The U.S. Supreme Court has refused to hear a case that involves Medicaid funding for abortion. Governor Henry McMaster has issued an executive order excluding abortion clinics from state Medicaid programs. Lower courts had blocked the order. According to CNN, Medicaid funding only covers abortions in cases of rape, incest, or when a woman's life is at risk. Here on campus, homecoming week is underway, and this year's theme is the Roaring Twenties. Students have been able to participate in events like Cruising and Groovin' throughout the week, where they could get free stuff and listen to musical performances. The homecoming team is emphasizing student safety with a mix of outdoor and virtual events. Things may look different this year, but the goal remains the same.
I think that we've done a really good job at making this as similar as to how it has been, but ultimately, whether it's a physical event or a virtual one, or simply just talking, it's just a great way to interact with the community.
Another one of the big changes this year is that homecoming will last longer than usual, so the fun will continue into next week. Students can keep up with the events by going to the homecoming page on the university's website. This weekend is USC's second home game of the season. For today's Garner Report, we hear from Forrest Tucker, who has all that and more. Forrest?
Thanks, Danielle. The Gamecocks are at home this weekend for another Saturday in South Carolina. U of SC is looking to get their second win of the season against the 15th-ranked Auburn Tigers. The Gamecocks are a 3-point underdog, but have shown that they can compete against ranked opponents this season. Quarterback Bo Nix is one of the Tigers that Carolina will have to tame, and Coach Muschamp had high praise for him this week.
Offensively, Bo Nix is a really good football player. He's a great competitor. He's a really good athlete and can beat you throwing the football, can beat you with his legs. But they take advantage of his athleticism.
Limiting Nix's passing option, pressuring him in the pocket, are the keys to stopping Auburn's offense. Forcing turnovers never hurt either. Kickoff Williams-Brice is set for Saturday at noon. You can watch the game on ESPN. Back to you in the studio. Danielle.
Thanks, Forrest. So when it comes to this week's football game, the question is to buy a ticket or not to buy a ticket. Merideth McIntyre is at Williams-Brice Stadium to tell you everything you need to know about the new rules and student ticketing.
I'm Merideth McIntyre here at Williams-Brice Stadium, and it's football season. Due to COVID, some things are changing. Masks are required. Parking areas are open 2.5 hours prior to the game. There's cashless concessions, and a big thing that's changing is student ticketing. Due to COVID-19, Williams-Brice Stadium has limited their seating capacity to 25%. Students are only allowed to attend one game this year, and some students, like Caroline Sherman, are choosing wisely.
Prioritizing what game I want to go to, honestly, so I'm waiting to request a ticket so I can actually pick a game that I would really enjoy and I'd love.
Going with friends, but also looking to apps like ESPN to see the chances of going to a winning game.
Also just looking at games in the past and knowing what games we've won. So going to a winning game is definitely more exciting being a senior than going to a losing game, just making that more memorable.
Strategy or not, every student should be able to enjoy at least one game here at Williams-Brice Stadium. For Carolina Insider, I'm Meredith McIntyre.
Thanks, Meredith. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Friday.